right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Macha, Hakwadash, double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakathum. And I'm going to speak a little bit in transit here. It's just kind of like a response of what happened with the Watchmen for Israel, all right, who are an Israelite camp who recently got into a scuffle. I forget what city it was in. They got into a scuffle with basically two harlots, man. You know, so the message basically is to take the truth seriously. All right, this is why even unnecessary debates, all right, are gonna get you, gonna drag you down, okay, into the mire, so to speak. Okay, there's a bunch of precepts that, you know, in the books of wisdom like Proverbs, I can't remember it, but the scriptures speak about not engaging with a fool, man. Like engaging with a fool, you basically, there's no winning out of it, you know. There's no winning in engaging in a debate with a fool, because that's where he wants you, you know. See, fools run their mouth, they talk, they yammer, you know. A man of many words is usually a man with a lack of discipline or a lack of wisdom, okay? Most men, there's a reason why men that are stoic, that are concise with their words, a man that can convey the same meaning with 10 words versus another man with 100 words, the man that can get it done in 10 words is going to be considered more intelligent, because he conveyed the same amount of meaning with less words. He's more efficient with his words, meaning he's going to say less words. He's going to speak less. All right, that goes into stoicism. All right, and this is how men should be speaking. You should not be yammering back and forth and arguing and blah, 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 blah. You know, you can dress it up however you want that you're defending the gospel, but the Lord knows what kind of spirit that you're in. And being argumentative is the spirit of a woman. Now, the scriptures say, when we go out there in the highways and byways to make our forehead hard against their forehead, but that does not mean you go out in the middle of the hood and just start getting on niggas, calling them hoes and you know all the pejoratives that, you know, people of our nation would like to call one another. You know, that's going off, man. All right, because the scriptures speak about condemning through the word of the Most High and waking up the elect of the Most High, okay? That's really our MO. Now, sometimes it will result into an argument, okay? But you cannot be in an antagonistic spirit, because demons are looking to knock you off your square. And what's going to happen at the end of it? You're getting into a fight with two harlots. There's no winning in that situation. All right, you literally take an L no matter what. Okay, she beat your ass on camera, L. Okay, you whoop her ass, L. Esau gonna come and arrest you. You gotta be. You can't do the work from prison, man. Okay, and so you gotta get out of this spirit of just wanting to just call everything out, you know, without filtering things, man. That's why you gotta do things with intention, man. You know, like I was listening to Apostle Tahar's review of the video, and you know, I agree 100%. So I wouldn't have said anything to him, or I just would have explained to him, you know, what it is, you know. But all of the name calling and all of that, you asked before, they ain't even had no clothes on, man. You already know that how that situation was gonna go. The average so-called black woman cannot be told anything, man. You think you're gonna get anything out of name calling? Absolutely not. So if you're gonna do it, don't try to say that's the work. Okay, you are gonna have to swallow the consequences of that. All right. So don't say, you know, it was the Holy Spirit or none of that. You know, because the scriptures speak about moving with prudence, man. All right. You know, and some people will get simple and say, well, John the Baptist, he cursed out Herod, but what you're not realizing is that scenario was to catalyze specific events to happen, man. And at the end of the day, John the Baptist, he was built up enough in the spirit to be ready to go to the spirit world, man. So even if you wanted to say that he went off, he was willing to stand on the consequences, and he was in a righteous spirit when he did it. He was calling out adultery. He wasn't marking random streetwalkers on the street. And so you gotta really be locked into the spirit, because that could happen to any brother out there. Any demon can walk by. I recount the demon that walked up on the elder Manata Zakba out there in Carolina. All right, who really tried to provoke him, man. And many brothers would have just put hands on him, but he showed a great deal of restraint. And some brothers, sometimes it does go there where you gotta defend yourself, physically. You don't just let anybody run up on you, but at the same time, you gotta like Paul said, make no provisions for the flesh. Well, it's the same thing. You don't want to put yourself in positions where it's gonna have to go there. There's only one way that's gonna go. They're not gonna say, oh, well, thank you for the rebuke, and I'll consider it, and and they're gonna go about their business. Like come on, man. They were, they obviously were demons on demon time. Who knows if they was drinking or whatever the case may be. And it makes sense why Apostle Zahar, I believe he not put an order out, but I think they moved from the 34th Street area, because you got a lot of moles out there. You got a lot of non-binaries and weirdos. And what's going to happen is you increase your chance of an encounter that does not edify. Okay, that's not a good look. When ISUPK and IUIC was out there, that's not a good look, man. Y'all was out there fighting. So this thing is also, it's not just about being rah-rah passionate in the spirit. There has to be prudence and wisdom in this thing, And remember, you have other men that rely on you, man. You have reputations that are at stake when you get involved in certain things, So the scriptures speak plenty about dealing with foolish people, which is what those women were. They were foolish people who were not going to receive the truth. All right. Once you tell them who they are and they just like, all right, whatever, then all right, just bounce, let it go, and like, it's not to say that it can't happen. Your demon's gonna get up there and try you. You just got to do what you got to do. But those guys were not in the right spirit, and you can tell because that whole camp basically not in the right spirit, and so I foresee Esau really trying to provoke us, because it doesn't really matter if we were justified or not. All he's got to do is get us on camera, packing somebody out, and then he gonna be able to spin the narrative in whatever way he wants, man. Now the scriptures do say that he would give us words that they would not be able to gainsay. Okay, but we gotta realize our part in playing with it, man. We gotta be thoroughly locked in, And Yahweh Shai dealt with harlots, not in that manner, He would correct them, but he had a way of speaking, towards them, So, it's not about biting your tongue or dialing down your spirit. It's about moving like we're on a mission, We gotta move like we're on a mission. Like I recall the game Metal Gear Solid, You know, it's not that you can't take out a bunch of genome soldiers, but you're on a mission. You got to sneak past some of them, and then some of them you gotta, you gotta fool them. You gotta camouflage. You know, that's part of it. There is a time to turn up, and then there's a time to avoid conflict. You know, and ultimately, I'll say that, and I'll end it. The spirit of the Lord has to be on you, man. All right, this is why doing what we do is doing it in sincerity is of the utmost importance, because you want the Lord to defend you in the times of adversity, man. And these are all opportunities to practice, man, because we're gonna get tried for real, man. They're gonna really persecute us. They're gonna really accuse us of things that are gonna have people wanting to put hands on us. All right, and we gotta be like Yahweh Shai. When they got Yahweh Shai on the cross, basically to give him the final sentence, they had nothing. They had nothing on the Lord. Okay, they literally had nothing. Even Pilate, I believe said, well, they're gonna have to basically, in paraphrasing, they're gonna have to make something up to charge this man with. That's the position that we want to be in. We don't want to be in a position where they can go, oh, technically, well, yeah, he did that. No, we want to be blameless in this thing. Okay? And sometimes it's just better to ignore it. Ignore certain individuals, man. Sometimes it's better not to engage. Okay? So I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rachah Hakadosh Shalom. Kwam Yasharal.